small tweaks and minor adjustments to your wardrobe can make a massive difference in how you look and feel. And these are all small things that won't require a complete overhaul. We're just talking about your clothing, your style, and also your grooming and your presentation, starting with your footwear. So instead of wearing your athletic sneakers with jeans like out to dinner, try wearing a better shoe for the occasion. Because athletic sneakers, running shoes, trainers, whatever you have, these are meant for the singular purpose of exercise. So wearing these in any other environment than exercise just looks really off. But of course, I know they're super comfortable, but so is a bathrobe, and you wouldn't go on a dinner date wearing a bathrobe. So if you want maybe good looking, comfortable, high quality sneakers, maybe go for something like this in leather. You can get these in a bunch of different colors, and they always look very nice in casual settings. And because I mentioned your jeans a second ago, swap out your ripped and distressed jeans for something in a solid dark wash like this. Now, I'm even going to go a step further and show some different color options that you can go with. But when it comes to the fit, you have to make sure they fit you well without making you look grumpy and frumpy. I mean, all you have to do is look around at other dudes, because 9 times out of 10, most guys are wearing pants that are simply too big and too baggy. But I'm not saying that you need to go skinny fit, because that's just kind of dumb, but something in, say, a slim taper, athletic taper, straight fit, whatever works with your body type without it being too loose around your butt, and also without it being too long down at your feet. I would say you should have roughly a half break to 1 full break max with your jeans. But if they're puddling and stacking or dragging on the ground, they're just too long. And this also goes with pretty much everything else that you're wearing, right? So if your shirts are too loose and billowy, it kind of looks like you're wearing somebody else's clothes. But if you, for example, like to wear your shirts untucked, but it hangs down like past about mid-fly or covers your butt completely, that shirt is just too long and it should be tucked in, because otherwise it makes it look like you're wearing a little dress. And I don't think you want that. Another small detail is wearing the right socks. Here's what I mean. Those super bright, wacky, colorful socks from about 10 years ago are just really no longer a thing. If you do like, though, some type of pattern with your socks, go with classic Argyle. The other thing is making sure that your socks match your pants. Now, this gets more important as you dress up in formality, but if you're doing things maybe somewhat casual or smart casual, just kind of get as close as you can. For example, blue jeans, blue socks, gray trousers, gray socks. You get the idea. But if you want to make things easy, just go with what I wear. These right here from Straight Up Socks. These are basically like all I wear anymore. I've got a bunch in solid colors and also some like this in Argyle. And now they expanded their lineup with some all new athletic socks. For those of you who are active, these new athletic socks are built to keep up with your every move. Ergonomically contoured for precise fit, these socks are differentiated by left and right foot designs to better match the natural shape of your toes. Zoned cushioning on the bottom of these socks offers extreme cushioning for cloud-like comfort. Mesh vents and advanced hydrophilic fibers work together to wick away moisture, keeping your feet cool and dry during your workouts. They use proprietary silicone strips on the inside to keep your socks in place all day long, because I don't know about you, but I hate always having to reach down and tug on my socks. These solve that problem while still being very comfortable and also very high quality. The small profile of those little silicone strips hold the sock in place instead of having to rely on like overly tight elastic, because that gets very uncomfortable. These are also made with moisture wicking Pima cotton because it feels absolutely amazing. It resists pilling and they always look nice and smooth. They've got a reciprocated heel for a better fit, smooth toe seams, and a reinforced heel and toe for longer wear. There's going to be a special link down below in the description that's going to get you a special discount, but it's only good for a limited time. So if you need to restock your sock drawer with some quality socks, these are absolutely what you need. Once again, this is only good for a limited time. So hit that link below and go get yourself a few pairs today before time runs out. So one other thing about matching that I do want to make sure to touch on is matching your belt to your shoes. Black shoes, black belt. Brown shoes, brown belt. But something else to be aware of is light brown versus dark brown shades, right? So take a look at the shoes and boots that you have that you wear on a regular basis and find a belt that's a close match. Also, if you have some formal dress shoes with a nice shine, make sure your belt has the same look. Another small tweak that makes a really big difference is to swap out your graphic or slogan t-shirts for something in just a plain solid color. For some reason, this is that one thing that men seem to push back the most with, and in a lot of ways, I totally get it. You wore those same t-shirts when you were younger, and wearing it today probably helps you hold on to that part of your life. The problem is, depending on what the shirt is, of course, it makes guys look a little bit try-hard, like you're trying to be ironic or make a funny statement, but it just falls short on someone who's a little bit older and more mature. If you love t-shirts, I might just suggest getting a few that are in solid colors like white, gray, black, and navy blue. Something else that makes a huge difference is investing in a nice casual jacket. So I've been wearing a few suede jackets recently, and every single time I'm out with friends, somebody always gives me a compliment. And in my opinion, a suede jacket beats out a shiny leather jacket every time, especially as we get older. Now, sure, shiny leather jackets are very cool, and I'm not taking anything away from that. But for the most part, right, on the majority of men, suede just looks way better. So the two that I've been wearing recently are this brown one and this blue one. The next small adjustment that makes a massive difference is swapping out your tech watch for an actual analog watch. But I know, you can check your email and your text messages with your watch, and you can track your steps and your heart rate and all of that, and that's really great. But if you're out somewhere with friends maybe, or maybe you're taking your lady friend out somewhere on the weekend, maybe you leave the smartwatch at home and wear an actual watch. It does not have to be anything crazy expensive, but just make sure that it's something that you like and something that looks kind of stylish. Because even swapping out the strap on your smartwatch, you're still wearing a smartwatch. It really doesn't change things that much. But if you need to track your steps and your calories and everything, maybe just get one of those Oura rings instead. Now let me talk about a few personal presentation items, starting with your grooming. Most dudes pay very little attention to this. Now sure, they might go in and get a haircut once a month, but that's kind of it. Look around at other dudes and you'll start noticing, or even take a close look at yourself in the mirror. Because if you can see nose hairs sticking out, you need to trim those down. The same thing goes with those random hairs that grow out from the sides of your ear. Trim all that stuff down. Also, the hair on the sides and the back of your neck. It's your job in between haircuts to trim that stuff down. If you have facial hair, once again, it's your responsibility to keep it looking nice and neat and not letting it get all out of control. Once again, small tweaks that make a big difference. The next item is wearing a fragrance. If you don't usually wear a fragrance currently, I would suggest that you think about starting. Now, ultimately, it would be nice to have a fragrance for different seasons and then also one for the day and one for the night. However, if you just want one fragrance that kind of does it all pretty well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is one that you should consider. This is basically your go anywhere, do anything fragrance, and it has good performance. Jumping back over to haircuts for just 1 second, if you're the guy that waits like a month or 6 weeks in between haircuts so that when you finally do go in, your hair probably should have been cut weeks ago, I would say try to increase that frequency to maybe every 3 weeks or once a month, whatever it is for you. I would just suggest just not waiting until it's too late. The next minor tweak that does make a big difference is your posture and your mannerisms. Now, I don't need you to walk into the room like a peacock or anything, but it is perfectly okay to kind of just own the space that you're in. And it's funny because I have been working on this myself for the last couple of weeks and trying to make an actual effort to be aware of how I'm walking, how I'm standing, and what I'm doing when I'm sitting down or when I'm engaged in conversation. And these are things like standing up tall and not slouching down in your chair. And if you're talking with someone, make good eye contact so they know that you're listening to them. Slow down your movements and don't fidget with anything. And also, if you can, Try to keep your hands out of your pockets and make sure that you smile at people. If you enjoyed this one, and if you made it this far, you are definitely one of the true legends. So hit that like button for me to let me know. And as always, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Live well, and I'll see you in the next one.